Today's video, we're going to be comparing the Trailblazer SS intake against the FAST LSXRT 102. Stay tuned. Guys, today is a good day because my friends at FAST have hooked us up with a brand new LSXRT intake. But first, I wanted to show you what we've been running on the Trailblazer. And believe it or not, it's just the old factory Trailblazer SS intake. But guys, do not be fooled. This is actually the best cathedral port OEM intake that Chevrolet or GM for that matter has ever made. And we've been running it stock fuel rail, stock intake, stock injectors, though they're maxed out, stock throttle body, and then of course the you've probably seen in my past couple videos the plate kit that we've been running. But today I got some good news. So the boys at FAST have hooked it up. So let's go ahead and let's get this thing unboxed. So is anybody else like a kid on Christmas when they get new car parts? Because like literally the only reason I make money is to spend money. Woo, buddy, look at this thing. Oh yeah. Very nice. Also in the box we got, I believe, instructions and maybe like a PCV vent. But let me show you what we're all here for. So, very nice, very, very nice. This thing is so much nicer looking than the factory intake. It's pretty tall too. Look at this thing. So here we go. Here's our O-rings. So if you run like an LS1 style injector, you need to use, I believe, these O-rings. Of course, this is all your intake port O-rings. We got some vacuum caps on here. There we go. And then all stainless hardware. Love it. But guys, look at this. Y'all can't tell me this don't look good. So in addition to FAST sending us an intake, they also were super generous and hooking us up with some other goodies here. So let's go ahead and let's open this up. If my razor, wow, this is probably the world's tallest razor blade. We have got, let's see here, what'd they get us? Look at this, hooking us up one with the stickers. We got a 3x8 FAST banner. Gonna have to hang that up for sure. And then we've got a fuel line kit. So let's hear. So we've got looks like a Dash 8 braided line, black ends, Dash 6 crossover. We've got a little fuel pressure gauge in here. And then they even included a end cap and a quick release to go from 6AN to the factory GM Quick Connect. Boys hooking it up. We got 2 t-shirts. Go ahead, guys. Y'all, man, what a good company. We got us, woohoo! We got us some shiny fuel rails. Look at that. Loving that. So we've got 2 billet fuel rails, and even on the bottom, they've been all machined out and lightened. Love to see that engineering. And then with the kit comes some brackets to bolt the fuel rails down to the intake. And then we've got also some O-ring boss ends to screw into the back of the fuel rails. Heck yeah. FAST, thank you so much. I cannot thank you guys for getting this sent to us. This is gonna be pretty freaking sweet here. All right, guys, if you're like me and you just have to know what the inside of this thing looks like, we're gonna find out. So when they ship these intakes, all the hardware is in the bag, but they do have 4 bolts in here just kind of holding the corners on. So let's see here. Actually, I take that back. Looks like we got about 6 maybe. Is that it? Yep, that'll work. All right. All right, here we go. Woo, look at that. And here she is in all her glory. And I'm not gonna lie, in a way, like I kind of wish we could run the intake like this, like a independent throttle body setup, because man, if that don't freaking look cool. But you can kind of see what we've got going on. The truck intakes, I do believe they also make a different length runner for the truck intakes too. So depending on what RPM range that you're going to be operating in, you can kind of fine tune that. The longer runners help with power and torque down low. And I know everybody is going to want to know power numbers. So if you guys are familiar with Richard Holdener on YouTube, he does a lot of awesome dyno videos as far as doing different dyno tests on different intakes and whatnot. And the fast intake, this LXXRT, compared to the factory Trailblazer SS intake on a 6.0 liter with, I know they had a different cam in it and maybe some headwork. This intake started showing pretty good gains, I think around 4,500 to about 5,000 RPM. And in fact, I'll go ahead and I will throw the dyno graph in here real quick. That way you can check that out. And again, huge credit to Richard Holdener for doing these dyno tests. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw this top back on here, and we're going to stick it on a motor real quick just so you guys can visually see what it looks like, and then we'll get some dimensions. I'm sure a lot of people would want to see this. So here's what it looks like with one of the spare motors that we got in the shop right now. And like I say, it's definitely taller than the FAST LSXR. So you would need to use this in a truck application, or if you don't have any sort of clearance with like a windshield cowl or wiper cowl or anything like that. But definitely looking good. And again, far, far, far better than the factory Trailblazer SS intake if aesthetics is important to you. And guys, we'll go ahead and I'll throw this back on the table real quick and we'll measure this compared to a Trailblazer SS intake to just see as far as what the height difference would be. All right, guys, when I pulled this fast intake out of the box, I could have sworn it was substantially taller than the old Trailblazer SS one, but not gonna lie, they are almost the same height. So I measured these real quick, and to the top of this PCV port right here, it measures about 10 1/4, and then to the top ribbed portion of this intake right here, it's about 9 1/2. Map sensor is about the same height as that. So on the fast intake, to the very, very top of the body right here, we're 10 1/2. So it is a little bit taller, but probably the biggest difference between these two is towards the back, where you may experience a little bit of interference, just kind of depending on what kind of car you got. So again, back here is 9 1/2, and on a fast intake, back here is about 10 1/2. So just something to keep in mind depending on what car that you'd be installing one of these on. And if your front accessory drive allows a lower throttle body, instead of doing the LSXRT, you can just do the normal LSXR. But guys, we need to give FAST a hand. Guys, thank you so much for getting this sent over to us. We are going to be chasing after that Trailblazer SS cam-only record, and we have a bunch of videos dropping this week because we were getting ready to tear that thing apart. In the meantime, guys, appreciate you watching. We'll catch you on the next one.